Good morning, everyone. This is the Board of Public Works and Safety in Kokomo, Indiana. Today is July the 2nd. Our first order of business today is to approve the minutes from the June 18th meeting.
I would make a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting held on June 18th.
And I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We're going to skip ahead in the agenda a little bit because we got some special guests today. It's an exciting day here in Kokomo as we talk about what's going on with Kokomo Municipal Stadium. So I'll turn it over to the 35th Mayor of the City of Kokomo, Tyler O'Moore.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Board, for allowing us the opportunity, or me the opportunity, to speak before you act on this next item. As many are aware, a little over a month or so ago, this Board accepted bids for a new collegiate summer baseball program here in Kokomo that'll be housed and home to Kokomo Municipal Stadium. Since that time, I had the honor and blessing really to assemble a selection committee of sports enthusiasts, some that were part of the initial selection of the former organization, and some that also had some experience with that organization and such. Some are with us here this morning. City Councilwoman Crystal Sanborn, who again spent time with the previous organization. Kokomo Police Officer Matt Howard, who also played and coached at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. Brent Owens, local businessman and sports and baseball enthusiast, a big supporter of CFD Saints down in Highland Park. Rex Gingrich, of course, local businessman and sports enthusiast. Our park superintendent, Tori Rowe, and Dean Hockney, who is with the Kokomo School Corporation, but also has been the voice of the former Kokomo Jackrabbits. And so having that group vet the 4 applications, and all 4 applications were outstanding. We appreciated their passion. We appreciated what they proposed to bring to Kokomo, to summer collegiate baseball. But it has always been our thought, our desire, to go with what we would consider a local organization, whether they were close in proximity or had ties to Kokomo. And after that vetting process, I am pleased that on behalf of the selection committee, we would like to request and recommend that the board approve the bid packet and application for Bullpen Ventures, who has had a long-standing relationship with the city of Kokomo, managing Championship Park, currently helping us with Kokomo Municipal Stadium as well. Has Kokomo ties with former Major Leaguer Joe Thatcher, and so you can't get more Kokomo and local than that. And so I know we've got a couple representatives from Bullpen Ventures here as well, but in light of that, I've had Mr. Rethlick prepare a memo to formally be read into record. So, Mr. President, I'll turn that over to you.
Thank you very much. For some background, pursuant to the City of Kokomo's request for proposals were issued for the lease, use, and operation of Kokomo Municipal Stadium. For the Board of Public Works and Safety received and reviewed 4 timely proposals. Each proposal was evaluated for responsiveness to the RFP, financial terms, experience, community impact, and long-term operational viability. Following multiple review sessions, interviews, comprehensive evaluation by the Internal Advisory Committee, the administration recommends proceeding with a conditional award for the lease use to Bullpen Ventures. Recommendation: the Board of Public Works and Safety hereby conditionally awards the lease use and operational contract for Kokomo Municipal Stadium to Bullpen Ventures, subject to the following conditions. 1, formal acceptance and approval of Bullpen Ventures into a recognized collegiate summer baseball league for play at Kokomo Municipal Stadium, and negotiations of a mutually acceptable lease use agreement between the City of Kokomo and Bullpen Ventures. These conditions must be satisfied prior to execution of a full lease use agreement. Upon confirmation of the league acceptance and successful lease use negotiation, staff will finalize and submit the lease use for approval by the board. Next steps: the city will continue to work cooperatively with Bullpen Ventures to assist in obtaining league acceptance, and a final lease use agreement will be brought to the board for approval upon fulfillment of the above conditions. Can I get a motion on that, please?
I would make a motion to conditionally award the lease use agreement for Kokomo Municipal Stadium to Bullpen Ventures, subject to acceptance into a collegiate summer baseball league and acceptance of a mutually agreeable lease and use agreement.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The motion carries. Thank you very much. And at this time, we have a couple representatives from Bullpen. Go Go for it, Blake.
Blake Hibler, Bullpen Ventures president, speaking on behalf of Joe Thatcher. He's coaching today, so we're going to let him do his full-time job. But just wanted to express our gratitude for accepting us. We cannot be more excited to have a partnership with the city and further our relationship. We really do see this as a community asset. We want to revitalize the stadium and the team. We want to bring something back that the city can be proud of and the community can get behind. So we're excited to roll up our sleeves and get to work. Thank you very much. Thank you for believing in us, and we look forward to May 2026. Thank you.
And at this time, real quick, we'll have our photographer come out. If the selection committee, mayor, guys for Bullpen, if you want to come up front up here, we're going to grab a couple quick pics before we move on to the rest of our meeting. They're going to go set up in the box.
Thank you again, board. We appreciate your service.
Thank you.
As always.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. And I do believe that Box 59 plans to set up in there for those of you on the selection committee or part of that pomp and circumstance. If you want to go in there, and then they'll take care of you from there. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, and we will continue on with the rest of our agenda today. First is items from police and fire, and first is to consider KPD promotions. This comes from Chief Stout. I recommend the following promotions for your consideration and approval. Sergeant Fogg, badge number 400, to the rank of lieutenant, and Specialist Drew Wallsmith, badge number 389, to the rank of sergeant. Both officers will assume their probationary promotional responsibilities within the Criminal Investigations Division. In addition, consider the promotion of Officer Adam Martin, badge number 466, to the rank of sergeant. He will assume the supervisory responsibilities within the Patrol Division. I would like the consideration of the members of the Board of Public Works and Safety for the approval of the above-mentioned promotions. If approved, the newly promoted officers will begin their new assignments with a 180-day probationary period that will begin on Sunday, July 6th of 25. Can we get a motion on that, please?
I'm making a motion to approve the promotion subject to the 180-day probationary period.
And I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The motion carries. Next is to consider nuisance cleanups. Chelsea?
All properties listed below have been abated by our office. To date, the items remain in violation. I'm requesting permission for city crews to enter onto the properties and remove the abated items listed. 1155 East Vale Avenue.
This time I'll open for any public comment on that. And hearing none, I'll take a motion.
I would make a motion to allow permission for city crews to enter onto the properties listed in the memorandum and remove the abated items listed.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Next is to award bids for the 211 West King Street.
I've received 3. I don't know what it is.
First bid is from Hirschberger Excavating LLC in the amount of $15,900. Gary Schultz LLC. In the amount of $10,200. And then the last one's coming from Kumler Contracting.
Oh, no.
You got this.
I know. It's fine. In the amount of $13,500.
And with that conclusion of bids, can I get a motion on those, please?
I'll make a motion to take the bids under advisement.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider an SMR invoice for the conference center. This comes from the CVB. You have been provided with the SMR invoice for construction, administration, and structural engineering services for the conference center project dated June 11th of 2025 in the amount of $4,182.50, issued by SMR Stephen Roberts Architect, and the payment recommendation dated June 17th of 25, issued by the owner's representative, Veritas Group, Inc. The invoice and payment recommendation were reviewed by the CVB board on their meeting on June 18th of 25. The CVB accepts the payment recommendation of Veritas and acknowledges that Veritas recommends a payment of $4,182.50 to SMR for the conference center project. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Make a motion to approve SMR invoice HGI CCK-1 6B.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is an additional invoice from SMR. This also comes from the CDB. You've been provided with the SMR invoice for construction administration and structural engineering services for the conference center dated May 8th of 2025 in the amount of $4,772.50, issued by SMR Stephen Roberts Architect, and the payment recommendation dated June 2nd of 25, issued by the owner's representative, Veritas Group, Inc. The invoice and payment recommendation were reviewed by the CVB at their meeting on June 18th to 25. The CVB accepts the payment recommendation of Veritas, acknowledging that Veritas recommends a payment of $4,772.50 to SMR for the conference center. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Motion to approve SMR invoice HGI CCK-15B.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is an invoice from Veritas Group for the conference center. Also coming from the CDB, you have been provided with invoice number 204436 for Veritas Group, Inc. For the conference center project dated June 11th of 25 in the amount of $10,917.40, issued by the owner's representative, Veritas Group, Inc. The invoice has been reviewed by the members of the CVB at its meeting on June 18th of 25. The CVB acknowledges and accepts the payment of $10,917.40 to Veritas Group, Inc. for professional services rendered for the conference center project. Can I get a motion on that, please?
I'd make a motion to approve invoice 204436.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider pay application number 9 for the conference center. This also comes from the CDB. You have been provided with pay application and certificate for payment number 9, dated June 9th of 2025 in the amount of $428,670.46, issued by Hagerman, Inc. They're the contractor on the project. And the payment recommendation dated June 17th of 2025, issued by the owner's representative, Veritas Group, Inc., along with all supporting materials. The construction payment materials was reviewed by the members of the CVB at their meeting on June 18th of 25. The CVB accepts the payment recommendation of Veritas and acknowledges that Veritas recommends the payment of $385,803.41 to the contractor and placing $42,867.05 into a retainage account as required by section 11.1.8 of the construction contract for the conference center project. Can I get a motion on that, please?
I would make a motion to approve Kokomo Conference Center pay application number 9.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider the City of Kokomo's Transit Title VI program. This comes from Tammy Korn, the Executive Director of the KHCGCC. This memo is to request the City of Kokomo's Board of Public Works and Safety adopt the City of Kokomo Transit's Title VI program to be submitted to FTA. via the Kokomo-Howard County Governmental Coordinating Council. Can I get a motion on that, please?
I'd make a motion to approve the Transit's Title VI program.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is pay estimate number 7 for the Northeast Water Main Extension, Project Phase 2. This comes from John Pike, our Director of Engineering. Attached is pay estimate number 7 for the above referenced project submitted by the contractor, which has been reviewed and approved by our consulting engineer. These documents reflect actual quantities placed in the field or stored materials to date and agreed to by the contractor E.S. Wagner Company, the consulting engineer Donahue and Associates, Inc., and the engineering department. Pay estimate number 7 represents the construction quantities and stored materials completed from May 1st of 2025 to May 31st of 2025. The total amount of pay estimate number 7 is $189,638.27, less 5% retainage of $9,481.91, resulting in a total request of $180,156.36. The original contract amount was $4,210,569 and has been modified to $4,231,904.02 by contract modifications number 1 and number 2. And the total work to date through pay estimate number 7 is $4,126,895. Therefore, I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety approve pay estimate number 7 in the amount of $180,156.36 to E.S. Wagner Company. Can I get a motion on that, please?
I'll make a motion to approve pay estimate number 7 on project number C2407-1A.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider pay app number 5 for the Northeast Sanitary Sewer Extension Phase 2. This also comes from John Pike, our Director of Engineering. The Board of Public Works and Safety awarded a contract to Atlas Excavating, Inc. for the Northeast Sanitary Sewer Extension Phase 2 project. This contract provides for the purchase and installation of the necessary materials from Atlas Excavating, Inc. The contract amount for this project is $988,120, revised to $1,637,938 by contract modifications number 1, 2, and 3. Attached for your review and approval is pay application number 5 and a quantity breakdown for the above referenced project. These documents reflect actual quantities placed in the field as of May 31st of 2025 by the contractor Atlas Excavating, Inc. and approved by our project consultant Donahue and Associates and the engineering department. I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety approve the attached application number 5 in the amount of $21,795.28 and place $1,147.12 into a retainage account. Can I get a motion on that, please?
I would make a motion to approve pay application number 5 on project number C2404-1B.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And last under new business today is to consider the District Flats minor subdivision plat. This comes from John Pike, our Director of Engineering. Attached for your review and approval is the plat for the above referenced subdivision. No public improvements are proposed as part of this addition, so no bonds are required for approval. I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety approve the attached plat for the above referenced minor subdivision. Can we get a motion on that, please?
I'd make a motion to approve the plat subdivision.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Do we have any correspondence today?
We do not.
Alrighty, any items from the public? Hearing none, items from the board? Alrighty. Last today, we have 2 claims packets to approve. The first is from June 25th in the amount of $1,934,259.73, and the second is from July 2nd in the amount of $2,275,644.50.
I would move to approve both claims.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, and we are adjourned. Thank you all.